Ah, yes, the good old days. This thermometer is probably about 20 years old, and it says 78 degrees. It's a lag effect inside your garage. It's still warm from yesterday, but outside we have some fairly weak cold air advection. There's cooler air trying to come in. There's a high pressure system, believe it or not. It's a 1017 high. We're on the good side of the front that's offshore. But it's also what we call a dirty high pressure system. There's a lot of moisture left over, even a couple of towering cumulonimbus clouds left over. Vermont, New Hampshire, you can see them on the satellite there. What a day for towering cumulus yesterday. They were up to the tropopause, visible for hundreds of miles away. There was a thunderstorm yesterday afternoon on Nantucket Island where we could hear and even feel the lightning on Cape Cod. That was tremendous.
My God. Oh my God! Oh my God! Get inside! Get inside! Will, come inside! Come in! Oh my God!
Overshooting tops yesterday afternoon. That was with the on the warm side of a cold front. Now we're on the cooler side of a cold front, but it's not that cold, and the front's only settled off just slightly to our south, and then it's coming back as a warm front this afternoon with waves of low pressure. No days off. Now I think this cloud will thin out for a fairly nice afternoon. The sun can burn off these clouds. I call them warm front mid-level clouds, but I really didn't expect to see rainfall this morning across Vermont, New Hampshire. It's very weak. It's moving pretty quickly to the east. And this next front comes in. Rain is on our doorstep this evening. Heavy rain tonight, tomorrow morning. One batch goes by, then another batch comes in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. We might as well issue the flood watch now for tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get 4.5 inches of rain, but we may get 2.5 to 3 inches of rain. There's the rainfall forecast, QPF, quantitative precipitation forecast. Looks like the most is in Connecticut. We'll see. That makes sense, really. With the low going across the south coast, 3 to 4 inches. And you look at the precipitable water, again, that plum color, not good. That's 2 to 2.5 inch precipitable water. That is if you were to just release all the water vapor as rainfall out of the column. It's more than 2 inches. And that can happen very quickly. So flash flooding is possible tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, you may get a break of sunshine before another round of showers and thunderstorms comes in the afternoon. Looks like the severe weather should stay off to the south. We're going to stay on sort of the cooler side of this front. As a matter of fact, when a wave of low pressure goes off to our east on Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, all of a sudden now we're going to have air coming from the northeast. And Wednesday, it's going to be soupy, but the temperature's only going to be in the lower 70s with showers and thunderstorms continuing. And then Thursday, it's supposed to be a good-looking day, but if you look at Boston 3 to 5 day, the least amount of sunshine is forecast Thursday due to residual low-level moisture and nothing to push it out. Now, I think that's a little pessimistic with the fog and the low clouds and drizzle, but I think Thursday is not as pretty as we were hoping. So that doesn't leave very many nice days this week, does it? Oh, here we go. There's some blue sky right there for you. Things are improving by the second. And then Friday, another front is coming at us. And again, this one's going to have precipitable waters in the order of 1 to 2 inches. Flow is going to come up from the south briefly on Friday, and that's going to trigger showers and thunderstorms. And again, some possible scattered severe weather Friday. And then it looks like that should go offshore, and the weekend should improve. However, there's a closed upper level low, and the surface low kind of lingers in Maine with a lot of residual moisture. I think the best weather will be down here at the south coast near Cape Cod and the islands, and not so good looking weather in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine on Saturday and Sunday. If it were winter, I'd be forecasting several inches of snow in our higher elevations with upslope moisture and a lot of low-level energy and low barometer Saturday and Sunday. But I think down here for our picnic, which is going to be right over there on Saturday, it looks pretty good. That's August 19th, the anniversary of you-know-what, the anniversary of Hurricane Bob, the last really bad hurricane we've had. Anyhow, nothing going on in that department, although I should show you the National Hurricane Center showing these 2 yellow hashed marks. Nothing expected over the next 48 hours, but over the next 7 days, there's a low probability that one of these hashed marks turns into something tropical, but it's kind of lifting to the north, so that wouldn't be an impact for us. And if you look at the upper level flow, it's ripping across New England, with the boundary between the hot and the central and southern part of the country in the west, and the cold in Canada right over us. So we're in the battle zone, and in the battle zone, a front every other day. We can't even go 48 hours between events. And then look at that Friday. Here comes the air from the south, but then immediately turns around and comes from the north with a closed low right over us this weekend. So that's kind of a wild card. So every time it looks like we might turn warm to hot with a few dry days, it doesn't happen. And then late in the period, more air from southeastern Canada. At least that's hurricane repellent when that air comes from southeastern Canada. So we don't have to worry about hurricanes, but it doesn't take named storms to cause problems. We've seen that all summer long. It's still sort of the same fluid dynamic. Warm, humid air rising at the equator, heading north to the pole, and colder air at the pole sinking south and trying to undermine the warmth, and that's happening again. Anomalous cold in Canada, anomalous warmth in much of central and western United States. And day after day of, oh, here comes the next rainstorm. Anyhow, I think today does turn somewhat better. Yesterday was fascinating. Jeff says we got about 0.55 inches of rain here in South Dennis yesterday. Yay, less than an inch of rain. And it came sun. It got sunny in the afternoon, but we had these towering cumulonimbus. We could see them all the way up on the New Hampshire coast last evening, and then there was one in Carver at sunset. And oh, what joy going to the transfer station, what we used to call the Dennis dump, on Sunday afternoon. I've never seen it so busy, although I haven't gone in a couple of years. And there was a little attitude in there too. Yeah, everyone's kind of in a hurry, and everyone's so patient too. Our patience has really diminished, especially since COVID. And by the way, since COVID, you no longer can donate your nickel cans and bottles to anybody. You have to put them in the recycle bin, so the state gets that money. Good job, state. Good job, COVID. Can't recover from COVID. Anyhow, let's take a look at this lily. Angela's lilies are looking good, but they're going by. Pretty soon it's chrysanthemum season. All right, talk to you later. Breathe, Tim, breathe. It's all good once in a while.
Let's rough out. Let's rough out. What do you got?
He picked up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, sure.
Take them anyway.
I gotta tell you a story. We were at
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And, yeah, and then,
Thank you so much.
yeah, but I mean, you can only, I can only.
That's not
pull-
Pavlov, and that's not Pavlov's dog, but
He only eats a certain time too, excuse me.
Oh.
I had to go to Chewy. They haven't heard from me for a couple of months. Welcome back, Angela. Yeah, yeah, here I am.
got zucchini, cucumbers, and dog treats.
You betcha.
Taking care of all of us.
Very much.
Where did that come from? I have no idea. He's gonna eat it. What should I do? Disco Bell hibiscus looking good. We got waves on the lake. It's getting very windy on the pond. These huge anvil clouds going just south of Cape Cod this midday. Those are ice crystals up around 45,000, 50,000 feet. Pretty close to the tropopause. And then blue sky to the north. Bob the Magic Gardener. He's got everything in there. Beautiful, Bob. Looking good. Hey, Jolly Roger. And the Canadian flag. Also looking very nice. Hard to keep up with the neighbors around here. "2:40 p.m. Major cumulonimbus. We could feel the thunder going across Nantucket Sound. Meanwhile, right over Bass River, the sun is out and points north. Gorgeous. What a fascinating weather day. You can almost see the tops of some of the clouds right over Jerry's house right now, too. So things are percolating. Long way to go. There's gonna be more and more and more. I never leave here empty-handed. Thanks for the bird feeder, Chuck and Terry. Thank you. Nice rows of Sharon. The day is getting better and better by the second. Cirrus clouds up top. How is that possible? Just to the north of the cumulonimbus. Fascinating Sunday, and it's not over yet. There's still more. I haven't been to the transfer station in a while. I heard it was pretty busy. That's an understatement. Great views from here though. I'm so out of practice, I have no idea where everything goes. Closes in about 20 minutes. Doesn't matter when you come though, I don't think. We got towering cumulonimbus in all quadrants. Cirrus overhead. There's plenty more. Everybody who's anybody is coming to the transfer station minutes before it closes on a Sunday afternoon, and why not? You get towering cumulonimbus going that way. You get towering cumulonimbus over here. We're surrounded with clouds going up to 45,000 feet in the sky. Those are ice crystals blowing off the tops of thunderstorms hundreds of miles away. Are we done for today? Oh no. And more. There's that solar plant here at the old Dennis dump. I got a Emmy for doing a story about climate change, about that solar array generating power here in Dennis, where this is the place to be. Even minutes before it closes, there's still a parade of people. And everyone's so patient too. It's not funny, Tim. Yeah, we're all in a hurry. Tons of small crabs, but nothing big. So the colder and drier air, advection has begun aloft and it's starting to cool off and dry out a little bit below. Stratocumulus is evaporating. But one more thunderhead going off southeastern Massachusetts with the blow-off anvil ice crystals still way over our head. That was a severe storm over Bridgewater earlier, and now it's decaying over Cape Cod Bay. I believe, I'm not looking at the radar, so. Much more peaceful here than at the transfer station, huh? Sorry about that stressful transfer station video, but.
Never go there on Sunday ever again.
Should not go to the transfer station on a Sunday afternoon in a hurry. Sorry about that. So this is pretty tranquil. On the front side of the trough, the top of the cloud blows towards the north. On the back side of the trough, the top of the cloud blows to the south, and that's what we have right now. A thunderhead, the last one of the day, I think, going off Plymouth County, just north of Bass River. Well, way north of Bass River. The cloud touching the ground on Cape Cod Bay, moving to the east, but the very highest level winds up near the tropopause now coming in from Canada, and you can feel the dew point going down by the second.
Don't go on Sunday, period.
Yeah, right. Anyhow, getting skunked in the blue crab department. There are plenty of them, but they're tiny, so the weather remains the most entertaining factor today. All right, thanks for watching again. And yeah, there are a lot more commercials now because I am monetizing. So if you could just bear with me, I'll make a nickel this week. Thanks. Talk to you later.